Overdrive today, Kranti drives the India-bound Bentley Continental GT Speed in Switzerland, and we find out who rules the roost in the mid-size SUV segment in India. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I am Soini Dutt. Let me start by wishing you all a very happy Dussehra. But before we start the show today, let's take a moment to mourn the loss of a business magnate as well as one of the great visionaries of India, Ratan Tata. Tata Sons Chairman Emeritus and former head of Tata Motors, who among many other businesses drove India's automotive revolution. Under his leadership in 2008, Tata Motors acquired Jaguar Land Rover that catapulted Tata Motors into the league of the world's most prestigious automakers. Ratan Tata also aimed to empower millions of Indian families, offering them the opportunity to own a vehicle for the very first time, and launched the Tata Nano, a car that is still talked about till date as way ahead of its time. India has lost a gregarious giant who dedicated his life to making India stronger and Indians happier. He will be missed. Now moving on to the first story of the show, Kranti Sambhav was in Switzerland recently driving the very first Bentley Continental GT Speed, which is a hybrid powertrain car. Let's take a look.
Imagine driving a car capable of hitting 0 to 100 in just 3.2 seconds. Roaring around the highways in the Alps region, you have been behind the wheel all day, and after the drive is over, you get to know that it has a secret dynamic mode. You might think I'd be disappointed, but I wasn't. Let me explain why in this video.
This is the latest Continental GT from Bentley Motors. From this profile, you must be thinking, it's not looking that different. So what are the changes? So the change number one, new headlamp setup. Those iconic dual headlamp setup is gone now, and Bentley designers have come up with a different design philosophy, different face for the fourth generation Continental GT. If you're a Bentley fan, you must have seen some of their limited edition products like Bato. They have similar looking headlamp setup, and if you look closely, this has a very jewel kind of finish at the top. Then you have LED projectors and another LED element at the bottom. But this is the signature LED, which gives a totally new look to this face. And to me, it looks like eyelashes or maybe eyebrows. So this is something which will set this apart. The moment you see it, you know this is the fourth generation Continental GT. The bumper is cleaner now. Overall feel is sleeker, I would say. Another element which you see in this front grille, new sensors and camera for the ADAS system. Somehow this doesn't gel with the whole setup, but this is what the face of new Continental GT looks like.
While the face has undergone a major change, the overall silhouette of Continental GT looks a bit cleaner. Similar big bonnet, massive haunches at the rear, the company calls the resting beast, and a streamlined tail.
So you don't have a active spoiler. Now the whole shape looks very sleek, and as per Bentley engineers, the kind of shape this has, the downforce is more than enough for them to get rid of the active spoiler bit. One more defining change in the rear is the new tail lamp cluster. Again, this has lots of jewel kind of setup or design. Now the change most of us are talking about. Bye-bye W12. Now you have a V8 engine with electric motor, and as per Bentley, this is the most powerful Bentleys ever. This in total produces around 782 PS, 1000 Newton meters of torque, and 0 to 100 in just 3.2 seconds. So how is it producing 782 PS? So basically this gets help from the electric motor. This is fitted with 25.9 kilowatt hour battery, and with just that battery you can go up to 80 kilometers. That's the range in only EV mode.
The V8 engine produces 600 PS and gets an added power output of 190 PS from the e-motor. End result, 782 PS of power and a figure of 29 gram per kilometer of CO2, which is almost a 90% reduction from the W12 version.
So those numbers, you can understand the kind of path the manufacturer is trying to take, because this is not only about luxury anymore. Lots of features with old school retro modern feel, but at the same time they are looking very premium, because most of the new cars you have seen, every thing has gone into that infotainment screen, but no, not in Bentley. You have lots of buttons, right from AC control, vent control, to seat heating or cooling or ventilated seats. So old school and modern, that's the combination, that's the keyword if you talk about this center console. So this is the button which is new in any Bentley. This is E-mode button. You can drive this car in electric mode, as we mentioned, up to 80 kilometers of range. 4 different driving modes: Sport, Bentley, Comfort and Custom. And then little big Bentley logo, you have this gear shift.
Our 165-kilometer drive included 20,000 feet of elevation and crossing 4 mountain passes. But what I was genuinely eager to do was look for tunnels. The GT Speed didn't disappoint. A gentle tap on the accelerator and you witness a refined, gentle giant transforming into a roaring speed demon. No artificial sound effects or gimmicks, just the raw, immersive symphony of the exhaust echoing through the tunnel. This is why I wasn't disappointed when I learned that a long press on the traction control button could switch on the dynamic mode. Given my skill level and the narrow Swiss roads, the power or acceleration was never in short supply. The handling was equally impressive thanks to the active chassis, active all-wheel drive, electronic limited slip differential and all-wheel steering. Controlling this 2.6-ton car was effortless. Every turn and corner was precise without the car tossing you around the cabin. The drive in the GTC convertible was a bit more exciting and engaging, but again, this was Switzerland, not Delhi NCR. While the platform is similar to the Panamera, the GT Speed Hybrid gets a twin-caliper damper suspension. The end result is a drive which can give a supercar vibe without the orthopedic repercussions of a supercar. Indian customers won't have to wait long for the 4th generation Continental GT Speed Hybrid, as it is hitting the Indian shores in a couple of months. And if you're interested in an everyday supercar with luxurious features, start working out your finances ASAP, as it should cost just below rupees 7 crores in India.
It's time to take our very first break here on the show, but coming up on the other side, we take 3 very interestingly spec'd SUVs and pit them against each other. Stay with us, you're watching Overdrive.